Welcome, everyone. My name is Denny Paul May, and I am a due process consultant here with Kentucky Valley Education Cooperative in Hazard, Kentucky. And I have joining me today Tyler Branham, an FMD teacher at Pikeville High School. Tyler, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your micro-credential?
Okay, this micro-credential is focusing on direct measures, which are methods of measurement that we use in special education to collect data on students with disabilities, and mainly students who have behavior challenges. And so the title of this micro-credential is using direct measures of assessment in progress monitoring for students with disabilities.
So who should complete this micro-credential?
From the beginning, the two groups of people I had in mind, and there are various people that will benefit from completing this micro-credential, but the two main groups I had in mind were new teachers and any teachers seeking, especially special education teachers that are seeking teacher certification through alternative means. But there are multiple people who will benefit from completing this micro-credential, including the student.
Okay, so why would one want to complete this micro-credential?
Well, as you know, data collection is it's what drives our decision making for our students with special needs. And it's so important that we become masters at collecting data. We need to know what we're collecting data on, why we're collecting data, and then what we're going to do with that data. How can we analyze it, reflect on it, and use the data to help us in our decision making for students with special needs. And so why should somebody complete this micro-credential? They're going to gain knowledge and practical use of 4 different types of methods of measurement. They'll only choose one, but they're going to learn about 4, and they're going to use that in a real life setting on a real life student that they have. And then so hopefully they'll become a master at data collection and be able to let that data drive their decision making.
Well, and it's a big part of the free appropriate public education, or FAPE, and provision of FAPE. When you're talking about working with students with disabilities, we have to collect data all the time. So what does the earner have to do in this micro-credential in order to earn the micro-credential?
Okay, so obviously they're going to learn about 4 different types of direct measures, and they're going to use how to use them. They're going to learn how to use them and how to do it appropriately and effectively. And those 4 different types are frequency, event recording, interval, duration, and latency recording. Now, there are more, but these are the 4 that I chose to focus on because I feel like they are the most widely used. And so they're going to learn how to use them. They're going to learn how to choose the correct one and when to use it and what specific need they'll use it in. They'll conduct a case study on one of their students. They will collect 6 different data points, or they'll do 6 different observations on that student, either in 6 different environments or 6 different class periods, 6 different days. And they're going to graph that data, and they're going to submit a 5-minute video segment of one of those 6 observation periods, and then they're going to analyze that data and be able to provide a reflection on what they've learned in the process in regards to hopefully developing an appropriate program for that student. And so
would you say key to this would be, first of all, understanding the method well enough to match it up with the behavior that you're trying to collect data on, or you're trying to measure?
Exactly. So you're going to learn about 4 different types, and you're going to learn how to choose the correct one for your specific need and for that specific student, because all students are different, and you may not be able to use this one for each student. So that it's all going to be based on the student's needs.
Very good.
And so
here you have some work samples and artifacts and evidence that you can collect as part of doing the micro-credential. Is that correct?
That's right. So, you're going to obviously collect data. You're going to put a graph together with using the data that you've collected, and then you're going to submit a 5-minute video as well as a reflection analyzing the entire process.
So what type of impact do you see being felt, and reflect a little bit on how you see this impacting your practice and what impact it'll have on others' practice that are practitioners in the classrooms, in the clinics, in the trenches, if you will.
Yeah. So ultimately, I'm hoping that the impact for everyone is that it's going to improve student achievement, and it's going to increase the students' access to the general curriculum, and that we're able to increase desired behaviors that we want to see from our students and decrease the undesired behaviors that we don't want to see. Obviously, I would like to see, I would hope that the earners who complete this micro-credential would be able to become masters at data collection, to truly understand their student and the need for being masters at collecting data, and then truly just allowing it to drive their decision making so we can improve our programs for our students. For myself personally, being able to dive a little deeper into the why and the how part of data collection has really had an impact on me, and it's helped me to better understand application of each direct measure, like for a specific need. And so it's really been useful for me, and I hope it will become useful for everyone that completes this micro credential.
Well, very good, Tyler, and we really appreciate your time today, and thanks again.
Thank you.